Top of the day to you. I hope that today finds you well. I hope that your loved ones are well. My name is Katuk. The name of this podcast is Catch It, a New Perception. Have you been able to catch a new perception? Are you willing to catch a new perception in your life? You may possibly need to have a desire to do so. You may possibly need to take action to do so. You may have to change your mind, change your heart, change the direction of your feet. Turn your feet and walk a different direction. Take a different stride. Straighten up your back. Walk with good posture. Do your eyes see something different? How is it that you will catch a new perception today? It will set you up to have a new perception tomorrow. It's what you do today in preparing for tomorrow that will change everything. So if you put forth an effort today to see the world different, do you wake up tomorrow and you're granted a new perception because of what you did today? Did you wake up today and you were able to catch a new perception because of what you did yesterday? Are you taking the action each and every day to continue to change who you are? What does it mean to change who you are? How much of a desire do you have? I was recently telling someone about this podcast, and I said it's for maybe a certain group of people who want to change how they think or change how they feel, or want to do some growing. If you feel like you don't want to do some growing, or you feel like you don't want to change the way that you think or change the way that you feel, then maybe it's not for you. Maybe it's a little heavy or a little too much depth in a certain statement. I was sharing with one young man recently. I was doing some work and he was working on the crew. And I was sharing with him something that I have on the podcast. And he's of college age. So he got all wide-eyed. And he looked at me and smiled with a sincere smile. He said, "That's really deep." Then I told him about the podcast. Now I don't know if he'll listen to it. And if he does, I don't know how much of it he'll listen to. I don't know if he wants to go deep at times. And I get that some of this, it's not the most shallow conversation that you'll have. It's not the most shallow thing you'll listen to. I want a message in my life that carries depth and weight. That's what this is about. It's about being able to put out a podcast that carries depth and weight, that has the ability to be able to touch someone deep inside of them. It's the only way is to carry a message of depth and weight, for it to touch someone deep down inside. And the reason that I say that is because I believe that what we're doing is being able to get inside of someone's mind, inside of someone's spirit, so that they can carry what it is that they need to carry, so that they can allow the soul shine to be there. Allow something to be different. Now, you must give yourself permission to do certain things, and even though you don't realize you're doing it, If you don't give yourself permission to open your mind, you don't have a chance. If you think you have an open mind and you use terms like never, always, everyone, no one, those are some examples. That may not be the most open-minded you could be. Because chances are, you can't say never because you don't know infinity. If you do, I'd love to have a personal conversation with you. You can't say everyone because you've not met everyone. You can't say no one because you haven't met everyone. So there's certain terminology, if you are using it, you sound closed-minded to certain people. I understand none of us have all of the facts. So that's why it is that we seek something more. We have a desire to see something different. We walk towards something more. We continue to walk towards something different. I think about a statement like, quiet the mind and the soul will speak. Do you have the ability for the soul shine? Can you quiet your voice or quiet your mind enough to allow your soul to speak? Does it help to walk softly? Does it help to walk slowly? So you don't have to rush through life? Are you capable of slowing down? When you walk slowly, does your mind not race so much? Does your soul shine when you walk so slowly? When you speak softly, does your soul shine? Can people see your essence? When someone looks at you and thinks that you're attractive, may use the word beautiful. They may use other descriptive words. There's plenty of them out there. They see you as kind. Is that attractive? They see you as gentle. Is that attractive? They see you as abrasive. Would that be attractive? To me, that would not. These other things would be. So with that attractiveness, does it pull the people in that you want? Are you reflecting something out of yourself? Do people find you attractive in the sense that they want to have conversation with you? In the sense that they want to be in your presence? Are you attractive to people in that way? If not, do you want to be? Do you do certain things or say certain things to keep people from being attracted to you because you don't want them looking at you? You don't want them around you. You don't want conversation with them. As I say that, I think about how in the past I might think, I don't really want to listen to this person. I don't really care for them. I don't care for the way they come across. And yet, if I can take the time to listen to them, I could learn something that I've never known. It might be learning about something about myself because I'm taking the time to listen to someone and I don't really care for the way that they come across. I don't care for their attitude. I don't care for their energy. So I take the time and listen to them, and I might be learning something about myself by doing that in what I'm doing. Or they think so different than I do that I could learn something about myself in how close-minded I am. Or they act in such a way that's so different than me. Maybe there's something in me, and it's time for that to change. There's many different ways I can learn in a given day. Many different ways I can see things. How is it that I want to be perceived? How is it that I want to perceive others? These are questions worth asking in a given day, at a given moment. So what happens today when you quiet your mind? Do you ever meditate? When you do you use a mantra? Do you use ambient music? Do you use breath? Do you use silence? Any of those forms of meditation, or many others that I'm sure I would have never even heard of or can't think of, any of those forms of meditation would probably help quiet the mind, help slow it down. Is it worth doing that? Do you desire that? Do you want more of it? Do you want less of it? Taking the action that you take will directly result in thinking different. And when you think different, you will feel different. So when you take the time to do any type of formal meditation that you might do in a given day, and you slow the mind down at that moment, throughout the day, your day is going to be different because you took a different action and you began to think different. And at the end of the day, you're going to feel totally different than when you did not take the time to slow down, quiet the mind, and meditate. Does the mind race sometimes when we meditate? Probably at some point for a lot of us, it does. That's okay. We continue to take that action and it changes. Sometimes because of the actions we've taken for so long and the way that our mind races, the way that we can't quiet our mind so often, we can't meditate once and just stop that. We have to continue to meditate day after day, maybe hour after hour. Whatever that is, you continue to do it. It's the only way that you can counter all of that subconscious that you have created that makes the mind race. Quiet the mind. Be gentle. Be kind. Be loving. In your action, in your thoughts, and in your words. Everything changes at that point. The essence of someone else changes at that point. The essence of your own spirit, your own soul, and your own being changes at that point. We must continue to do what we're doing. We must not take a given day for granted or take a person for granted. Maybe we shouldn't take ourselves for granted. Maybe we shouldn't believe that we can just do this because we've done it before. Maybe we should put the effort into it and be present at that moment to be able to enjoy it. Maybe it's time to stop procrastinating. Maybe it's time to start taking a different action. Maybe it's time to take an action we used to take. Let's get the results that we need by taking the action that we need to take so that we can think the way we need to think, so we never feel the way we once felt. Looking forward to next time. Live in harmony with and use the bounty of the land to bring kindness to the world.